we're talking about perception today. And perception, as I mentioned, there's the sense perception, and there is what you perceive to be the truth, what you perceive to be real. I have a very simple exercise for you first before we move into anything else. It's a thing that you played as children. It's called as the Rorschach ink blot test. Remember, you take a few drops of ink, put it on a sheet of paper, and fold it any way you want, and make a pattern. And a pattern will emerge. We're going to talk about that. So why don't you first just do that exercise? Put some thought into it and tell me what does this look like to you? A single image can have multiple interpretations. Yes? And that is what perception does, because each one of you sees something. Maybe it's the way your brain is wired. Maybe it is what you want to see. Your perception of what you visualize will be that piece of jewelry which is going to look good on this woman, is what is going to define your designs. How, when you're looking and when you're visualizing things, you see only certain things. You may not see the whole thing, you will only select what you want to see, and you may not, or you may focus only on the background. And this becomes very important. How would you apply this concept of selection and context and background when you go around to design pieces of jewelry? How would you apply that? Anybody can apply this concept and tell me it could be an advantage or it could be a disadvantage. So this is how it's going to influence you. You're doing it unconsciously, all of you are doing it. That's how we are genetically engineered to do this. Our DNA is like that, where our eye will have a certain thing which we pick out. Our mind's eye will work with our perception of what we believe will go well. I don't know too much about designing, but I did see some of the designs which you all submitted when you were applying for the course, where we would see okay, if there's a necklace, rightfully said, you're not going to want to have so much of attention on the necklace that it's going to take away from the neck piece. Beauty and art, interpretation, perception, they're all interconnected, influencing you in everything that you do. I'm sure during the course of what you do, you will say, I think this is a good design. I think this design can work. I think this is going to, you might have this beautiful piece of work which you've made, which you're selling to a client, and you would say, I really think this would look great on you. But the client might not. They probably don't see what you see, right? And that is not a fault in itself. It is not a lacking of what you've put out, but it is a challenge for most artists, whether they're designers, whether they're in the jewelry business, whether they're in the fashion business of coming up with clothes which make you look beautiful.
Hi Simi. I hope you enjoyed today's session on perception. Tell me, what were your learnings?
Actually, from the perception lecture which ma'am had given, we came to know about how people perceive same things in different way. And we also could learn, utilize it in our designing. We can give matching color combinations. Also, we also learned to make a different style of our own through perception. We can create in people's mind that we have a separate style, a unique style. We also learned about two different painting artists who are famous in their field, but they have different styles. They have different perceptions of the same thing.
I guess you also understood the importance of the perception that the customer has. So you think you're going to build on that?
Yes, I have to create a unique style which my target audience can relate to, and they will come back to me again and again.